All right, we are live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's a wacky Wednesday on the drive. No double, that's why it's wacky. You know, one of our cohorts not with us this morning, but opening rant today brought to you by One Health St. George. They're a family-focused primary care clinic serving all ages right here in St. George. They aren't just a clinic, they're your medical home, helping individuals and families stay healthy year after year. It's Paul Ratliff, it's Tara Atkin, and just wanted to kind of open a little softer today. No best thing, no headlines. Just wanted to talk about what we were watching last night in sports as kind of a lighter day, as far as we've had the March Madness the last couple back-to-back days, Thursday through Sunday. That was kind of a huge event, of course.
Yeah.
As that's one of the most fun days of the year.
Non-stop sports, yeah.
You start games at 10 a.m.
Yep.
So there's a little hangover period come Monday because there was a really light slate of NHL hockey on Monday, but Tuesday has proved to be a good day once again. There was a lot of games going last night. I was personally watching the Capitals Blues, which ended up being kind of a stinker for me as they lost 3-0, and it was kind of a boring game throughout. I know you were watching an exciting game.
I was, yes.
A game that had some twists and turns, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. I was watching the Seattle Kraken and Florida Panthers, and it was exciting. They were down 1-4, and within that period, they brought it back and tied it 4-4 to take it to overtime, which they did end up losing in a shootout, which is a bummer. But my Kraken desperately needed that point.
Yeah.
So they're still fighting for that second wild card spot, and that was a great start to it.
Yeah,
it was a good comeback. It was incredible.
It was a very good comeback. It was a valiant comeback. And
Yeah.
it looks like you've got one of the goals here, or one of the comeback goals, maybe.
Yeah. Eberle finally scored last night.
Okay.
But this one was Maddie's goal.
Okay. Beniers.
Yes.
Nice. All right. So this was Maddie Beniers checking in with one of the goals that were a part of the comeback. Last night.
The big comeback.
Larson at the line for Montour, supported by Beniers. Maddie's got it. To the house he goes. He scores!
To the house he goes.
Down, and then he still flips it in there.
Beautiful move.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And they were down 4-1, so come all the way back, force overtime, and ultimately fall in the shootout, but still get the point, which these points are super valuable now.
They're critical at this late stretch. Luckily, the Kraken do have 12 games left, where most people only have 10. Like the Mammoth have 10 games left, and I think the Knights have 10 or 11. So it's getting down to it. So these points are very, very needed.
They're very, very
essential.
Crucial.
They're crucial.
Essential, crucial, however you want to put it, as every point matters at this stretch in the NHL, this juncture of the season, as a lot of teams fighting for that last wild card spot in the West.
Yep.
The Sharks, the Kings, the Kraken.
Yeah.
A lot of teams vying the Predators. A lot of teams making late charges and trying to get in the mix to get in the playoffs this year. So NHL playoff time going to be amazing. We're going to potentially have the Knights and the Kraken and the Mammoth all in the playoffs.
All in the playoffs.
So that'll be really fun out west for all of us fans, and Tara, of course, who's got some family on the Kraken staff. So that was a fun game last night. It's what I was watching, and we're hoping to connect with him later on today. That's the voice of the Mammoth, Mr. Mike Folta. He was on the call last night as I was watching last night. As it was kind of an ugly game for the Utah Mammoth as they fall 5-2 to the Edmonton Oilers, despite losing Leon for the entire season. But Connor McDavid scores his 400th career goal last night. He had a big night. And the Mammoth do fall. But as we look at their playoff chances per Money Puck, it is a 97.1% chance for them to lock up that first wild card spot.
Yeah, they are securely in that spot.
They should feel good about themselves, comfortable, and moving towards the playoffs. Like you said, just 10 games remaining for the Utah Mammoth. So one of those games will be Thursday night as the Utah Mammoth take on my hometown team, the Washington Capitals. And wanted to get into this a little later in the show, but I think this is a good time maybe to do this right now. But I thought about this for a while, but this might be the last time for me to see Alexander Ovechkin in person. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to the Knights game, which they're playing
Saturday.
pretty close to the Thursday night puck drop that we're going to see.
Yeah, it's Saturday that they play the Knights.
Okay, so it's right out 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever. So, I mean, it is kind of close, kind of tightly packed schedule there as they try and most East Coast teams like the Bruins, the Flyers, the Caps, the Devils, whatever, when they come this way, they will play the Knights and the Kraken back to back because such the close proximity.
Right.
So I'm not going to be able, I don't think, to make it to Vegas Saturday. I'm not sure that I'll be able to. Still looking to try and potentially push a credential through there to see him one last time. But I think this might be the last time for me personally, a guy I've been watching since 2004.
Yeah.
This might be the last time that I will ever see Alex Ovechkin play in a Washington Capitals uniform. So I was thinking about this, got a little melancholy about it, to be honest. I've been watching this guy since I was 12, 13 years old, and now I'm 32. I feel like I've grown up with this guy. I've watched his entire career, playoff failures, playoff successes, raising the cup, passing the all-time goals record. He's done a lot of things in his illustrious
moment, yeah.
And you were a part of that moment. You were part of the Stanley Cup moments.
The Stanley Cup, yeah, but the passing the goal record was one of the coolest things I have seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah, and
I was in tears over that when that happened. So that's incredible. He's a great player.
Yes.
He's a legend.
And just to say that this might be the last go round, not, they still have 9, 10, 11 games left, but
Right.
last time seeing him live. So seeing the yellow laces on the skates, seeing the warm-up patterns, the one-timers where he's the last guy out there and it's just one dude serving him one-timer after one-timer. Just seeing that warm-up, seeing him maybe score in the last game I see him, that'd be a cool moment for me. I probably would maybe even let a little fist pump go in the press box.
Oh, no.
But I won't. I'll keep my composure as I always do.
Or maybe go out to the concourse like you were talking about. We had this conversation. You might be spending a lot of time out there. But
yes, I mean, there's been a lot of times this year, like Mammoth OT winners. I think our first game we went to, they won against the Avalanche in overtime.
Yeah.
And it was right in front of us. And I wanted to root for the Mammoth that night and let's go, one of those go. But as we know,
you have to be quiet.
The decorum in press row is very different than it is for an average fan.
Yep.
So you got to remain quiet, composed, just keep your stuff together. But that was hard, but this will be even harder. If he does light the lamp out there at the Delta Center. I probably will have to make a quick trip out to the concourse.
Yeah, right.
But I think that'll be much needed at that time because I probably will be.
It'll be understandable. Yes.
I'll probably be a little bit shook, fired up to see my guy in his last game score a goal, and he very well could. I think he's had 3 in his last 6 games, so kind of heating up a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of the pulse of things with the Mammoth. They lose last night 5-2. We're going to get a little more intel, I hope. Trying to connect with Mike Folta, the voice of the Mammoth. He was on the call last night on the game in the 5-2 loser to the Oilers. But he has been part of probably his most successful season calling hockey. He was with the ECHL Stingrays down in Florida for a while, then moved out to Phoenix, then with the Mammoth. So he's seen some bad seasons of hockey. But this year, he is seeing probably the kind of the fruits of this organization's labor over the last couple of years. All the draft picks, all the trades, the Paterka trade looks to be working out. It looks it looks as if this team is built for not only this year but for many, many years heading into the future.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that. I think we both are.
Yeah.
I think we both are really excited about the prospects of this team making deep runs for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we talked about this the other day, got Devin fired up just a little bit, but I think the Mammoth are poised to make a much deeper run in the playoffs than the Knights will.
Yes, you did rankle him a little bit with that comment.
I did, but it's true.
Yeah, I think
especially
it's true
with
too.
the Knights losing again last night. So they are on a downward spiral, and the Mammoth are just going up. They're ready.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a fun playoff.
And I think for playoffs, I've always said this, you need timely scoring from not your best guys, your top guns.
Right.
You need some depth scoring. and a hot goalie. Those are the two most important things. And I think that Vejmelka could absolutely get fire hot and just be a really good backstop for the Mammoth. I don't see that with Aiden Hill right now in the Knights. I think he's been letting some soft goals in. The defense in front of him hasn't been great. At one point in time last week, a forward hadn't scored a goal for the Knights in 15 periods. Oh, that's 5
horrible.
full games for anyone doing the math out there. So I think that the Mammoth are clearly the team that is destined to make the deeper run of the two. And I think they both might be fighting from the wild card if the Knights continue to lose. So we'll see. I mean, I know they're the top 3 spots in the Pacific. They might lock one of those down.
That's their saving grace, is that they are in the Pacific and not the Central.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise it would be
outlined
totally
that
different.
yesterday.
Yeah.
You were talking about how the Avs, Wild, and Stars all being in the Mammoths division is a huge detriment.
And Avs and Stars have already clinched their playoff. So, yeah, that's a much, much tougher division. And they're leading the entire league.
That's right.
There's nobody even close to them.
No.
So it's not just their Central division. They're leading the entire league.
They're just juggernauts in the entire, not just the division, but not just the Western Conference.
Right. No,
but these are 3 juggernauts in the NHL.
Entire league.
Yes. A great point by you. So we were watching hockey last night. That's kind of what we were ending our nights last night with. Probably going to end our nights with it again tonight, I'd assume, depending on the schedule.
No, we will be at baseball tonight.
Oh, okay. So baseball. Yeah, let's segue into that for a second here as we start our top segment here on the drive. Today's show is brought to you by One Health St. George. As I opened up the show with, they specialize in chronic condition care like diabetes, high blood pressure, heart health, thyroid issues, arthritis, and more. One Health emphasizes prevention through education, nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle support, not just pills and tests. One Health, Dixie Primary Care. But tonight, we have our first baseball sample in region baseball. How about this? I mean, the basketball season ended in what seemed like kind of a rush with all that. It really is March Madness at the high school level in a month earlier, basically.
Right.
Because I think we ended the season late February in high school basketball.
Yeah.
And we had some teams make a run. If anyone remembers, Hurricane goes all the way to the championship game, is the state runner-up as they fall to Provo, who had the state player of the year, Mackay Allen, who was a very good player. But we went through the first team All-State yesterday, 3 Region 9 guys, and one guy kind of passed the eyeball test as the player of the year in the region for us, and he was voted first team All-State. Brigham Kemp and Colin Simmons.
Only second to Mackay.
Yes, only second to Mackay Allen. So between those 3 guys, Simmons, Ojegba, and Kemp, all making the first team. If you missed the show yesterday, 3 first-team All-State guys from Region 9. Brigham Kemp, Colin Simmons from Dixie, and Jelani Ojegba from Pineview.
Yeah, but congrats to those guys, too.
That was an awesome
thing.
Yes, 3 All-Staters on one team. Incredible. Right. So we're hoping to see an All-State team littered with baseball guys from Region 9 as well, as like we were kind of briefly touching on. We will be starting our region broadcasts tonight from Dixie High School. It'll be the Dixie Flyers taking on the Cedar Reds on the diamond.
Yeah.
We've seen the gridiron. We've seen the hardwood. Now it's time we get on the diamond. How about this?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fun night.
This is a big rivalry game.
Yeah, the old rivalry. They go back way, way, way
100
back.
years,
Yes.
Yeah,
and
this is big.
This is going to be a fun one. We are going to be there. Me and you and Caden, I believe, will be on the call and production tonight from Dixie High School. And just can't emphasize how excited I am to get this season kicked off. I mean, because this one will carry us to state playoffs will be what, May?
I believe so.
Like mid-May, I think, is when we'll have that state tournament up in, I think it's up north this year because it was just at Hearst last year.
Early May. Yeah, well,
early May.
It should be up north.
Okay.
They alternate.
They alternate north and south. So 2 years ago, we were at Salt Lake Community College. Last year, we were at Brucehurst Field. So I'm assuming going to be back up north somewhere this year.
Yeah.
So we will find that out. Of course, I don't know that it's been released yet.
I don't think it has.
So we'll find out as soon as we can, but we're just getting started. We're talking about the state playoffs, but we're just getting started.
First game tonight.
Region play from Dixie High School. If you want to catch the game, if you're not going out to Dixie Flyer Field, check out the fansportsnetwork.com or our YouTube page to check all of our live broadcasts, including our show every single day, Monday to Friday. We are live and in person every morning. And, of course, the games, every game broadcast on the fansportsnetwork.com and our YouTube page. So if you're not able to make it out to the park tonight, check it out on our website or YouTube page, as you'll be able to catch the game in great quality. We do our broadcasts have improved exponentially this year as far as their picture quality, the transitions, the all kinds of things that have been improved with our new video software. So be sure to check it out if you haven't already. From basketball or football season, we are still really enjoying our new toy that we've gotten this year with the production that's really added a lot to our broadcast. So we will be at Dixie Flyer Field tonight, and we'll be taking in our first Region 9 game of the season. I can't express my excitement to just get it started. I feel like we've been waiting a while. Like, there's been baseball games, but we haven't done any broadcasts. It's been that long dry spell from the end of basketball to the start of baseball, but we're here. So I'm excited as far as getting going, because we got a long season ahead of us. A lot of teams trying to make good runs. Desert Hill's currently the #1 team in the state, based on the Deseret rankings. They are off to a really good start. Crimson, the state champions of a year ago, have a ton of guys back on their team. So it's going to be fun. As far as region, I'm looking at the standings on the DeseretNews.com right now. And right now the Thunder are 12-1 overall. Yeah. So they have had one loss, but they are really surging well to start the season. Snow Canyon 7-1, Dixie 7-2, Crimson 6-4, the Hurricane Tigers 7-5, Pineview 5-6, and Cedar 5-8. So tonight in the region matchup, you'll have the Reds, you'll have the Flyers live on the fansportsnetwork.com. But we're going to grab a quick break and be back with a lot of hard-hitting content on the show today. We've got the opening day in MLB. We've got the Cinderella. Has it been killed by the NIL? The top tweets, would you rather? We'll dive a little further into the Cedar-Dixie game. And, of course, mentioned if we can connect with them at 8:30, we'll have the voice of the Mammoth, Mike Folta, to break down the Utah Mammoths game last night and their charge into the playoffs. But we're going to take the quick break, be back with more local sports right after this. Back live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's another edition of The Drive on a Wednesday. It's Tara Atkin. It's Paul Ratliff with you, guiding you through the show today on your morning drive. And today's show and Would You Rather brought to you today by St. George Tint Shop. Make your vehicle look good, feel cooler, and protect your ride. Book your tint today. Just call 435-704-8657 or Google St. George Tint Shop today. Let's get into it. All right. I've got the questions. Tara's got the answers. Let's get started here as this is an in-town event right now.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask about this and gauge your interest versus another big-time event in that it's sport. But how about a PPA event, Pro Pickleball Association?
Yeah.
Or the U.S. Open of Tennis, which is normally played in the Washington, D.C. area. I've had the opportunity to go to it before.
Wow.
I've never gone. I'll make that clear.
Oh, you just had the opportunity.
I had the opportunity.
Oh, come on.
But I did not go.
Wow.
But you go first on this one. Ladies first.
For me, absolutely the U.S. Open. It's iconic. Like you said, it's held in the same, like the D.C. area every year.
Yes.
I think total attendance draws over 1 million people.
Yes.
The main draw is like 902,000 people in like over 2 days. And then, like the fan week and all of that stuff. So, I mean, even in 2024, it recorded 1.049 million attendees.
Wow.
So,
okay.
In tennis, and I realize pickleball is more up and coming, and I know it's very popular as well.
Especially in southern Utah.
Right. But it's not tennis. It's not the U.S. Open yet.
That's right. It's
not saying it won't ever get there. I don't know, but it's just not the same.
Okay, so you're knocking it down a little bit, the PPA, but
yeah,
but not knocking it down. Kind of just saying how good the U.S.
Just
Open
saying,
is.
I would rather,
you'd rather
go to
see the U.S.
Open.
Open.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, never really been a tennis fan. Never really been a pickleball player. I feel like if you're a pickleball player, you can become more of a fan.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of on the outside of the glass on both of these. Like I'm looking in, I'm staring at both options, wondering which one's better for me. And I think the faster nature of pickleball wouldn't the long volleys of tennis that take an hour in a match, or to get 1 point, it just frustrates me. I'm just I'm not the most patient person, I guess. And I think pickleball is faster action. I know they can have long volleys when you got guys like Ben Johns and these really good players, but the average pickleball game I watch doesn't last more than like 30 minutes, 45 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know the pros probably go longer, obviously, but the U.S. Open, that is a long event. And normally in the heat, humid of summertime in the D.C. area, people sweating like crazy. I don't know. I think I'd rather go to a PPA event personally.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I love playing pickleball. It's a fun,
you're a
fun
player
game to play. Yeah. I have a court in my backyard, but and it's fun. But I like the competitive, like the harder. I think I know for a fact tennis is harder than pickleball.
Yes. Oh,
just more
ground to
cardio
cover.
and endurance and all of that. Faster moving balls. It's not like a wiffle ball.
Sure.
So I don't know.
You're probably on the U.S. Open. We agreed to
Even
disagree.
though I love pickleball, I really do.
Okay.
But
you'd rather hit the U.S. Open. I understand. So we're going to agree to disagree on that one. Tara's on the U.S. Open. I'm on your any old random, let's just call it the Black Desert PPA event.
Yeah.
I'd rather be there than probably the U.S. Open. So we agree to disagree. So let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Let's go with Arkansas point guard and what has been the darling of my tournament, Darius Acuff, or point guard for the Houston Cougars, Kingston Flemings.
Okay.
You want to go first or let me go first here? Ladies first. Go ahead.
You can go first if you
Ladies
want.
Ladies first. Go ahead.
I mean, I have to go with Kingston Flemings.
Ooh, okay.
So we call him like the floor general. He's like the most complete point guard, in my opinion. He runs that team. He's the leader. He runs the team. He's an All-American plus like the the Cousy Award finalist.
Yeah.
And he's got better size. He's 6'4" and has a lot better defensive upside, I think, too, than Acuff,
Okay.
in my opinion.
All right. Well, I'm going Acuff. So let's have an argument here.
Okay.
Because Acuff had 36 points against High Point.
He's better offensively.
He's the only reason that Arkansas is still alive in this tournament. You take Flemings off Houston. You take Acuff off Arkansas. Which team is better?
Still Houston, but that doesn't. Okay, but now we're kind of getting back to the MVP Region 9 debate.
That's right. A little bit. A little bit.
You know, I don't think that factors into it whether he's the better player or not.
So you just think
Houston's deeper, yes. They've got a deeper bench and better players around him, but that doesn't mean that he's not better than Acuff.
Okay. I'll take that. That's a valid point. But I still think Acuff, with his offensive abilities, the NBA is an offensive league. You got to score points to win. They barely play any defense till the playoffs, it seems like. They're sagged off guys 3 feet. I think that Acuff is going to eat a lot at the NBA level just because of the lack of on-ball defense that you see in the college sport. So I think
honestly think as a pure point guard in the NBA,
yes,
that Acuff is going to be better than Flemings.
Yes, I do. What I've seen the last month and them winning the SEC championship, now advancing to the Sweet 16, and this Arizona game is massive. So if he is able to out-duel Arizona and be the main catalyst and the reason that Arkansas beats Arizona, I think he will shoot up draft boards. He's number 6, 7 right now.
Yeah.
Most people taking Flemings at 5 or sooner. So I think the draft prognosticators and experts agree with you. Flemings is more of the consensus higher pick because he's 2 inches taller. That's a main reason.
And he is a lot better defensively.
He is better defensively.
I mean, what was your main complaint about Luka?
No defense.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Case closed.
Okay, let's go to the next one before I dig deeper into a hole.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with this was much talked about. I think we're going to play this in top tweets a little later on.
Yeah, okay.
But, the Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson debate is heating up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ask about that because we'll talk about that later in the show. But Fernando Mendoza is supposed to be the consensus #1 overall pick in this year's NFL draft.
Yeah.
Who will have a better season, Fernando in his rookie year or Cam Ward's a year ago? And I will get Cam Ward's stats for you, just so you have a reference here. Because Cam Ward realistically set the record for most passing yards at a season at the University of Miami. He went from Incarnate Word to Washington State to Miami. He was well-traveled.
He was.
So not many people knew how he was going to do in his first NFL season, but these are his stats. 3,169 passing yards, which was 17th in the league, right in the middle.
Yeah.
15 touchdowns, which was tied for 25th, pretty low in touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then only 7 interceptions for Cam Ward, which was tied for 12th. He was pretty good at protecting the ball. So do you think...
Okay, but who's better? Fernando Mendoza. He protects the ball.
He does.
Much better.
He protects the ball at the college level.
Interceptions. Yeah, at the college level.
Yes.
But if he does go to the Raiders, I think we're going to see Genty involved a heck of a lot more.
Yes.
They're investing in an O-line, and so I think we're going to see a lot more running and not as much passing. And Mendoza's already very well at protecting the ball.
Yes.
So I think he's still going to have an amazing breakout season. Now, I don't know, is it going to compare to Cam Ward's? That's hard. I can't see into the future. I'm not Terradamus or anything, but
you've claimed to be before.
Yeah, I know. But no, I still think Fernando Mendoza is the better quarterback, and I think he's going to have a great year.
So both Heisman
I don't know if I
Trophy
can say
winners.
it's going to. Yeah, both Heisman Trophy winners.
Both had great college years. Their last season in college.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not always. It's going to translate directly. I think Mendoza's going to have a little bit of a welcome to the NFL moment the first couple weeks. I think he's going to have.
So does
everybody. I understand, but Cam Ward kind of played better towards the end of the season, and I think that's what you want from Mendoza. You want to see the arc,
to go
the
up,
rise.
right?
You don't want to see him start off hot and then go down. You want to see him progress upward. with
Right.
kind of a slower slope in the beginning, and then it starts to raise.
Go up.
Like,
Yeah, and I think you're going to see that from him for sure.
You think that's going to happen?
I do.
You think he will have a better season than 3,169 yards, 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions? If you were back against the wall and had to make a decision.
Yes.
You think so? All right.
We can mark that down.
Well, we don't even have to mark it down because I'm going to agree with you. So
Okay.
we only mark down ones where we
I
don't
thought
agree.
you were going to go against me on this one.
Nope, I'm actually going to go with you. Curveball. Here it is.
Wow, okay.
I'm with you on this one. I think that Mendoza will have a better season than those numbers. Cam Ward's another number for him, 33.2 QBR, which was 28th rated in the league. If Mendoza is the 28th or worst rated quarterback in the NFL, the Raiders might as well just call it quits because they've tried a new coach, a new quarterback. They're trying all these different things, and they need something to hit here. They need to win one of these investments. They didn't win with Chip Kelly. They didn't win with Pete Carroll. They didn't win with Geno Smith. But now they're drafting this young stud out of college. Seems like he's a great between the ears guy.
Yeah.
Really smart kid.
Very smart kid.
Like super, well adapted to make the transition to the NFL. So
Right.
I'm going to say yes. Cam Ward Fernando Mendoza has a better season than, roughly 3,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I think he will give you more than that. And I think the play action game, a huge underrated part of this upcoming season. You got one of the most dangerous young running backs in the NFL, and you get the run going early in the game.
Oh, yeah.
You could really work that.
You can
play
open
action.
up that secondary, and we're going to see. And he's a spot on passer. Like we said, his interception rate is very low, like 6 interceptions. And so I think we could see some magic.
I think so too. I might have predicted the Raiders' rise a year early because if you remember in our summer shows together last year, I was very high on the Las Vegas Raiders. So disappointing the last year, and Geno Smith obviously wasn't the answer, but I think Fernando might be. So we're both going to say Fernando has the better season than Cam Ward did a year ago. All right, let's jump into the college basketball. We haven't talked any college hoops yet on the show today. Want to get into a little more later on, but this one is a coach head-to-head, and they actually are playing each other in the next round. It makes for an even better one.
Okay.
How about Danny Hurley, head coach of the UConn Huskies, back-to-back national champion, or the guy that's been to more Sweet 16s than I feel like anybody, 17 Sweet 16s for Mr. Tom Izzo. Which coach are you taking in the next round?
I have to take Tom Izzo.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday when we did like our top 4 of who we trusted the most.
Yes.
Izzo was my, I think, second.
Oh, okay. Who was number 1? Kelvin? Or did you have someone else up there up top? Patino or?
No. Oh, yeah. I think it was Patino.
Oh, nice.
But,
okay.
Yeah. So I definitely have to go with Izzo. Yep. He's a proven program builder. Like you said, consistency. 17 years of making it to the Sweet 16. So he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And he can get his players to buy in, to fight for him, to play for him. So I believe in Izzo more.
You got Izzo.
Yep.
All right. I will not agree with you here.
Okay.
I'm with Hurley. I don't love Hurley. I think he's one of the toughest coaches on officials in the NCAA.
It's very intense.
I think he berates officials. He is one of the guys, like the bad guys on the sideline, like a Bob Knight, like a he's got that demeanor. He's going to scream at you. He's going to let you know if you make a wrong call. But at the end of the day, the guy wins. I mean, 2 back-to-back national championships. He's got a good roster this year. Silas Demery, Caravan. He's got some good players. Reed. I like this group.
Yeah.
I've kind of been underestimating UConn this whole time, but here they are once again, second weekend of the tournament, pitted against one of the best programs of all time in Michigan State.
Right.
And the reason they're one of the best programs of all time is because of your guy, Tom Izzo.
Yep.
So, but only one national title for Tommy in the early 2000s, I think 2001. And I think that Hurley is better right now. Tom probably better about 10 years ago in the prime of his career. Not saying that the old dog can't learn new tricks, but I just think Hurley...
He is the modern dominator, though.
Yes, he is the modern kind of Tom Izzo. He is always in the tournament, always in the next weekend, always making the Final Four.
Yeah.
So I say Hurley younger and probably in the prime of his career more so than Izzo. So I'm gonna lean Hurley has his fastball a little more than Izzo. So we disagree on that one. All right, I have a feeling we're going to disagree on this one.
Okay.
Tarek Skubal or Paul Skeens to have the better season. Both of them as Cy Young winners a year ago.
Yeah, I love Skeens. He's my boy. So I'm going to take Skeens to have the better season.
Okay.
The only problem is Skeens' team.
Yeah.
You know, we need some more people around him, but because the line, it's centered around Skeens, obviously. And then you have like Brian Reynolds and O'Neal Cruz.
Yes.
But, I mean, other players that are good, you know, like Jared Triolo, you've got Ozuna and
Marcel. He's a new free agent for the Pirates.
Yeah.
They got this new prospect.
Yes.
Which I want to let everyone know about this Pirates top prospect because they've really been talking about this kid, Connor Griffin, for a long time. I mean, this guy, he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
And he has been just crushing AAA. In the MLB Pipeline prospect rankings, he is the number one prospect in all of baseball. Number one in all of baseball. So pretty exciting time for Pirates fans because they just had a superstar in Paul Skeens who was barely in the minors at all. Did he even pitch one game in the minors? I don't even know.
I don't think so, but I don't know that for sure.
But this kid has played in the minors, Connor Griffin, for a little bit. But he is 19, 6'3", 222 pounds, bats right, throws right, and he is a shortstop of the future for the Pirates. So I think they might be building their team a little differently than the Dodgers, who just sign everybody.
Right.
You know?
They just go buy up all the best.
They just go buy all the best players. But the Pirates, a small market team with not a very spendy owner.
I think they have the cheapest roster in the MLB.
Wow.
I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is a thing as well. Them or the Tampa Bay Rays. But
it might be Tampa Bay and then
the Pirates.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me payrolls.
Yeah.
For MLB. Let me just get a quick look at that. Right now, for the 2026 season, as I look at the top payrolls, could you take a guess who's number one?
Oh yeah, Dodgers.
Yes, $395.8 million. The Mets number 2, Yankees number 3, Phillies, Blue Jays, Padres, Red Sox, Tigers, Braves, Astros make up the top 10. But the bottom team in payroll is currently the Marlins.
Oh.
$77.3 million. So not a very big payroll for the Marlins, Guardians, Rays, Twins, Rockies, White Sox, Nationals, Cardinals. Then
Pirates
you find the
way
Pirates.
Yeah.
$120.7 million. They're spending a little cash this year.
Finally.
They're right in the middle.
Good.
Pretty much in the middle of the MLB. So
that makes me a little happier for Skeens.
Skeens is getting some support.
Getting some love, some support.
I'm here to rain on the Skeens parade because I like the Tigers pitcher Tarek Skubal. He is a stud. He's a little quirky, like all pitchers are. Like he's got his, I've seen his pregame routine from start to finish. These pitchers are psychos.
They're kind of like goalies, right? Like NHL goalies.
They're very, routine obsessed.
They have to be so dialed in too, though. Like their mental clarity and toughness just has to be spot on.
Absolutely. And a Skubal,
very high pressure job.
Skubal had a amazing year last year and took the Tigers into the playoffs and lost, I believe, to the Mariners. It might have been. I think it was the Mariners that beat the Tigers. So Skubal had a great year throughout the entire regular season and playoffs. Skeens, I don't think is going to touch the playoffs this year. So give me the Skubal because we're going to see some starts in October that are going to mean a lot.
Yeah.
And he's going to deliver because he is great. He is one of the best pitchers that I've ever seen.
Team's better too. He has Riley Green. I call him Dillinger, but Dylan Dingler.
Yeah, they've got players. The Tigers' payroll is $236 million.
Yeah.
So double pretty much the Pirates' payroll.
Yeah.
So I think the Tigers probably better suited to make a run this year. And the key cog to that is Tarek Skubal starting from every fifth day. So I'm going to say Skubal here. All right, let's go to our last one. Okay. This one comes in the realm of the NFL, as we've done one pickleball, tennis one, a college basketball, a college football, a college basketball, a baseball, and now we go into the realm of the NFL. So,
Okay.
how about this one? Tom Brady, who many consider the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and Rob Gronkowski as a duo,
Okay.
or Patrick Mahomes and the recently re-signed, coming back for another year,
Not going to retire.
is Travis Kelce. So which duo would you take here?
I would take Tom Brady and Gronk.
Okay.
I just don't think you can ever beat what they have done together and their record. And I mean, honestly, like Tom Brady is one of the best players of all time. I don't know that Mahomes has quite reached Tom Brady status yet.
Yes.
So I would absolutely take them. I do. I found this clip. Let's play. This is like just kind of a highlight reel of Tom Brady and Gronk.
You know, it's been a long time, but it's a little like riding a bike, and I got a lot of my boys out here with me, so.
Brady again. Lets it rip in the corner as he hit it. It's Gronk.
The flag football.
Oh, wow.
This is what we do. This is what we do. We're two tighties.
I mean, he even followed him to Tampa Bay
Yeah, he did. He was retired and came out of
and came
retirement.
out to go with him. Yeah. I mean, that is your best bromance right there.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than that.
Now they're on Fox together.
Yeah. Now we
Yeah.
get like the sappy music.
Yes. This is an incredible video.
I love it. Yeah. All right.
I'm
so,
probably
yeah.
with you on this one.
Okay.
I'm with you on Brady and Gronk. I think they are the best tight end quarterback duo of all time. We've had great ones: Phillip Rivers, Antonio
yeah.
Gates, Tony Gonzalez, and Matt Ryan in Atlanta. Even way back when, you could go with like Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow Sr. Like, there's
Yeah.
been some great quarterback tight end combos, but the greatest of all time
Has
is
to be them.
Gronkowski and Brady together.
Yeah.
So that will bring us to the end of Would You Rather on the Drive, and it is brought to you today by Color Country Custom Coatings. JC is offering a limited time deal, $200 off a permanent ceramic coating. But hurry, this offer won't last. Call JC today at 678-283-8124. Color Country Custom Coatings. Protect your vehicle with the ultimate finish. We're going to grab the quick break. Be back right after this.
Go ahead.
Back live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's Tara Atkin. It's Paul Ratliff guiding you through your morning commute. And this segment brought to you today by Zag. Protect it better. Get $20 off phone repair at the 2 St. George or Cedar City locations. Zag just mentioned the radio special, and they will hook you up with that $20 off your phone repair. They do a great job over there at Zag. I was just at the Boulevard location right beside Great Harvest Bread. I got my new phone with the case, which the case that Zag makes with this little kickstand, amazing. Yep. So go see our friends over at Zag. And it is a monumentous day, not just in sports, but every time this time of year rolls around. It's kind of signifies the beginning of spring and into summer, warmer weather. I'm talking about opening day for baseball.
Yes,
how about
I'm
it?
excited.
You're all pumped up about this. When we were going over our pre-show prep, Tara made sure to make sure baseball got talked about today. Yeah. Because for 4 years on this show, realistically 3 years at least, until really you came on, we were not really a huge baseball program as far as talking about baseball, but it is one of realistically.
It's America's pastime. What are you talking about?
And
how do you not?
It buoys the ship, the sports. I call it the sports ship. So right now we're riding along fine. We got March Madness.
Got lots of stuff.
We had the Super Bowl recently. We had the Masters coming up. The ship is just sailing along nice and smooth. But once the summer hits, there's nothing. It's a barren wasteland for sports.
No,
all it is
don't
is
you
baseball.
dare say that. Yeah,
no,
it's not a barren wasteland. There's baseball.
I was just saying the boat. It's being buoyed by baseball through the summer. So we need baseball, and it is opening day today as we've got a solo game in baseball. It's not the league-wide opening day, which will take place on Thursday. But Wednesday night, tonight on Netflix, Netflix playing a big little bag of cash for this game, I'm sure. It's going to be the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants tonight from Oracle Park in San Francisco, California, which one of the best parks in all of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
With McCovey Cove behind it.
Like back behind.
And whenever there's a home run hit in the water, you see all these people jumping in the water swimming for the ball.
I love it.
When Barry Bonds, because that was one of the parts of me growing up, was watching Sports Center during Barry Bonds' historic home run pace. Yeah. Watching him hit him in McCovey Cove, seeing all the boats out there.
That was my very first professional, MLB game was out to see the Giants. So, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I've always been a huge Giants fan.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never been to Oracle or anywhere. I've never been to the San Francisco. Well, I went to Santa Clara to see the Utes play Washington in the Pac-12 title.
Yeah.
But I've never been to a baseball game in California. There's some great parks. Petco, amazing.
Padres, Petco Park is my favorite. My daughter's favorite too. So, yeah.
And then the Angels. The
Angels is really cool too.
I've never been to any of them. So give me which one is number one seed in California? Dodgers, Angels, Petco and the Padres, or Oracle and the Giants?
I'd say Petco. And then probably Giants, and then Angels, and then Dodgers. Yeah.
You don't like Dodger dogs, buddy?
No, dude. One cool thing, though, tonight they are finally rolling out the ABS system for the game tonight, the automatic ball strike.
Oh, okay. Educate me on this.
So this is the challenge system, and we just saw this. It was a pretty big controversy in the World Baseball Classic.
Sure.
Where they lost on that horrible third strike.
Yes.
So it was America and
Venezuela, right?
I think Dominican.
Oh, not the championship.
Not the championship.
Okay,
it was
Dominican,
so when Dominican Republic got beat, it was on that horrible third strike that they called.
Yeah.
So now teams will be granted 2 challenges on balls and strikes. And so they will be able to appeal whether it was a ball or strike call made by the umpires. And they will bring in this automatic ball strike computer system. So what you see on your screen when you're watching, you kind of see the dots of where the strikes hit.
Yes.
And then they will be able to overturn the ball or strike.
Oh, okay. So each manager has 2 challenges, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so they can at any pitch, any that they don't agree with, whether it's a strikeout pitch,
They have 2 challenges. They can, use them.
they can just use them whenever they want.
Yep.
They can deploy them as they see fit.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
So
it'll
it's
be good.
adding a new element to baseball. I feel
Right.
like baseball since
Evolving,
it is
Yeah.
the pace of play really got
Right.
faster.
The pitch clock, that was implemented, and now we're
Limited
going to have
mound
this.
visits,
And,
and limited
Throwouts,
throwovers.
yeah,
Yes. They've really sped up the game, and I like that. So I'm probably going to watch this Yankees-Giants game tonight. I think Netflix is going to be where you're going to be able to view it. I think this should be fun. You'll see Logan Webb and Max Fried. Fried, of course, one of the higher-paid pitchers in the MLB. Didn't have the greatest of years last year for the Yanks, so we'll see how he rebounds this year. And then Thursday, which we will primarily be on the road for a lot of the day. But the Pirates, Mets, White Sox, Brewers, Nats, Cubs, Twins, Orioles, Red Sox, Reds, Angels, Astros, Tigers, Padres, Rangers, Phillies, Rays, Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Dodgers, and Guardians, Mariners, your slate tomorrow. So you have not only just one game tonight, but you've got a slew of games. Yeah. So if you're a baseball fan, tonight will be kind of an appetizer for you.
Right.
Wet the whistle, kind of get you back into the game. But I'm betting that your favorite team probably plays on Thursday.
Yeah, right.
As most every team in the league is going Thursday. So it should be fun. It should be something to get excited for. Opening day. There's nothing like going out to the yard.
There really isn't.
I mean, Nationals Park, kind of my home park. I would go there quite a bit when I was back home. I've been to PNC in Pittsburgh, which I know you have
I
as
have
well.
Too, yeah.
That's an amazing
incredible
one.
park.
Yes.
Yeah, right there on the river, and it is so cool.
The bridges, as you look out in the outfield, it's all the scenery of the city. Like it's just an amazing time. If you're able to get out to any park this spring, this summer, get out there, because I can't stress it enough. There's no game that improves more from TV to real life and being there in the stands than baseball. But that's going to wrap us up in the first hour. We're going to take the quick break. Be back right after this. Back live here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's another Wednesday edition of The Drive coming at you from the Fan Sports Network. And this segment today brought to you by Prime IV, PrimeIVSTG.com to book an appointment or call 435-522-5005 and feel your best this month at Prime IV. Give your IV an extra boost with the Lucky Leprechaun add-on for only $65 during the month of March. B12 amino blend and a double dose of taurine helps to boost energy and vitality. Celebrate March with a little extra luck and wellness exclusively at Prime IV. And we normally do the top 8 at 8 around this time, but we're going to jump into a little bit of the top tweets here as we saw some compelling stuff to get into as Pat McAfee. A lot of people, he's very polarizing. People love him. People hate him. I personally love him.
I love him, yeah.
West Virginia grad. Love the guy for going there, for always repping the W. Love that. And he's got great content all the time. So on his show, this was yesterday, with Dan Orlovsky, who is the NFL Live reporter these days. He is a draft expert pundit. He breaks down a lot of film. And he had a statement on the quarterback class that clearly McAfee didn't like. So let's take a listen to this from yesterday on the Pat McAfee show.
And TV rights for what the biggest games are.
Okay, and so, no. I'm aware of that, dude. Like, you guys, okay, so in the biggest games, so the college football playoffs started, and they played opening.
Well, you can start at a Big Ten championship, I guess. You can say Big Ten.
Okay, Big Ten championship. Okay, Big Ten championship. In that game, they're down 13-6 going into the fourth quarter, Indiana.
And then what?
Boom.
And then what?
So do they win
what?
the game?
And then what, brother?
Yes. But
we're talking about all the moments. You're talking about traits. It's like, okay, how about 2nd and 17?
6 points through the first 3 quarters. People.
Ohio State's defense is a historic defense. Like, what are we even talking about?
People crucified Arch Manning for doing that on the road.
Crucified Arch Manning. Arch Manning's not part of the
Well, if you go by that too, like Indiana beat Alabama, 38-0. I mean, it's,
Yeah, so we're just picking and choosing.
No. You
Yeah. And this is why people say you're getting paid to do this. You know what I mean, Dan?
No, because I'm giving you factual information, not opinion. They had 6 points through the first 3 quarters in the Big Ten title game.
Against Ohio State, look up who their defense is. Look up what their defense is. Like one of the greatest defenses in the history of football. And then what did he do? Then what did he do, Dan?
the biggest moment.
And what did he do,
He's
Dan?
tapping out. Orlovsky's tapping.
He's
I think
frustrated.
he threw the post to start the second half, which is a great throw and a great recognition.
And a huge moment after getting beat, so mental toughness is there, and then obviously being able to take a shot. He cracked his rib on the first play. I mean, there's just like, because then you're going to hold injuries on the other side. It's like, well, how about first play, a Big Ten championship guy gets this, and then takes 2 plays off. Wow, I just got cracked. No pause, he said, on our show. And then he jogs back out there. It's like, is that not a trait?
Yeah, he annihilated him.
Yeah, I mean, that was McAfee going in on Dan Orlovsky. And I got to say, I side with McAfee, not just because I like him. I think he had the stronger point here. I mean, Orlovsky just doubling down over and over on that Big Ten championship game, 6 points through 3 quarters. But, man, I don't know how. I know he's an offensive guy. Orlovsky played quarterback in the league, of course. So he is not thinking about how Arvell Reese going to be a top 3 pick.
Right.
Caleb Downs going to be a top 10 pick.
Yep.
Sonny Styles going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
So they've got 3 top 10 picks on that defense, and Mendoza struggled a little bit through 3 quarters. Newsflash, everyone struggled against that defense.
But like McAfee said, his mental toughness, because he did struggle, but it didn't get him down. He never quit. He never felt like he was out of the game or down on himself. And he was still able to come back through injury and everything. So
I did not know about the cracked rib.
Yeah.
I was unaware of that he was dealing with that through the playoff, through the national title game.
Yeah.
I mean, this happened early on.
I mean, he should maybe be a hockey player. That's how tough he is.
He is.
And I like that Mendoza is tough like that.
He's tough, and you got to give him his flowers, as the kids say, because he definitely fought through some injury. I still remember the iconic 4th down play. I was at your house watching the game, and it's a 4th down and 6 or whatever the distance is for the first down, but he's in goal to go situation. He's close to the end zone. And on 4th down, like trucks a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to find that play
with a
just
cracked
to have
rib,
it.
right?
Yes, with a cracked rib, takes on a ton of contact and just plows over a guy into the end zone on 4th down to give Indiana the lead for good. So it was incredible just seeing a different viewpoint from a guy like Orlovsky, because he genuinely believes he's not stirring the pot here. He actually believes Ty Simpson is a better prospect than Mendoza, which I disagree with.
Right.
Sounds like Pat and his whole crew disagreed with them.
Yeah.
So I think that he's kind of looking for something to stir the pot, but at the same time, I think he believes that Simpson is better, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Sure, yeah.
But oh man, I think it's just kind of a tough take for a guy that's normally as credible as he is. I think I just found the play, by the way.
Did you?
So
Okay.
we got to get this play in because we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's just an incredible play. So we'll let the play do the talking here. And this is with a cracked rib after he suffered in the Big Ten championship game. This is 4th and 5. They're up by 3 in the national title game with 5 minutes and some change, or what is that? 9 minutes or 6. I can't read.
9 minutes. 9.5.
Sorry. So 9.5 minutes to go. They're up 3, 4th and 5. This is why Mendoza can dig deeper than most. This is why Mendoza is a better prospect, is his grittiness. So let's let the play do the talking.
He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and go diving toward the
I mean, talk about yards after contact. You don't see that from a quarterback very often.
Yards after contact.
If that was Genty, okay, but that was Fernando Mendoza with a broken rib and just taking on, 2 tackles and still staying on his feet and getting into the end zone.
That's right. It was an amazing play. Some people say it's one of the greatest plays in college football history.
Yeah.
Orchestrated by the guy that Dan Orlovsky
Hopefully he's going to be my
thinks-
Raider.
Yes, I think he's going to be a Raider. So, this one, let's go to the next top tweet. That was kind of a spicy meatball to get into, but we're going to move to the next one here. This is another spicy meatball.
Okay.
This one comes from Jimmy Chess on Twitter, and yes, this is a fan account, but this is something that happened. And I've been reading about the last couple days that is frustrating a lot of BYU football fans. And let's let Jimmy do the talking here. Looks like we are about to lose our at BYU football season tickets that we've had for 16 years, all because of a couple days separating us from people paying an extra $1,000. This whole system is broken. Zero loyalty to the diehard fans. Truly terrible thing. Sucks. Hashtag BYU football. And I gotta say, if you've got tickets for 16 years, you should be offered them again. You should be offered them every year.
You've been a loyal fan every year.
Loyal fan. So
through the good, bad, and ugly, you've been there. And now they're just going to stiff you.
They're just going to stiff you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to leave you out in the cold for this next football season when BYU's had back-to-back 11-win campaigns. You've got a true freshman quarterback that played well last year. He's back.
Right.
You got LJ Martin back. He decided to come back instead of go pro. This is probably the most excited it's been in Cougarville for the football team in a long time. And now people are buying their way ahead of you in this lottery system.
Yeah.
So you got to feel bad for the guy. Jimmy, I mean, I feel for you. If you're not able to pay that extra $1,000, I mean, I'm sure he's tried to pay it and he's just not able to. But that extra $1,000, I guess, opens up a portal for people to buy ahead of you.
Wow.
So it makes it really tough for like the diehards, the people that have been there like him for 16 seasons, through the good, the bad, the ugly, like you said. Like he has been there through some terrible BYU football seasons.
Yeah. Yep.
And now he's seeing the light. He's seeing the success. He's seeing all the great wins, all the great years. And he's not going to be able to buy tickets? I mean, this is reprehensible.
This is bad.
They got to make way for their loyal season ticket holders. Whether that be relocate them, whether that be find him another spot in the stadium, but he's not able to buy any.
But even that would tick me off. If I had the exact same season seats ticket holder for 16 plus seasons. And all of a sudden they're going to be like, well, you can still have tickets, but we're going to move you somewhere.
Yeah.
I would be ticked about that too. I'm like, no, those are my seats.
I think
my butt's been parked in them for the last 16 seasons. Like, those are mine.
Yes.
Don't you dare.
Well, I on BYU side, just to play devil's advocate here, if I am offered a relocation, I'm taking it. Because I want to be
it better be box seats or 50-yard line.
I'm saying let's say the relocation is worse than the original seats you had.
Exactly.
It is disrespectful, but I would still take them if I'm that Cougar fan because this year's going to be magic. I'm just letting you know right
the
now.
Disrespect.
You're not taking the disrespect.
No.
You Dikembe the disrespect.
Yeah, that's horrible.
All right. Well, to each their own. I would probably still take a relocation to be able to hold the season tickets for another year. Because say he gets to 20 years of season tickets, maybe not in the same spot. But once you hit 20, isn't there some kind of mile marker or something that establishes you as a super fan?
You're a frequent flyer.
Flyer. Yeah, whatever you can. Like, you got to have loyalty points.
But they don't have loyalty towards you.
I know they don't.
They want you to build your loyalty, but they're not going to, repay it.
That's right. So
I think that's horrible. That's a bad look.
It's a bad look for BYU football.
And I hate it. Yeah.
That's why I brought it to light, is because I wanted to get your opinion and maybe some of our listeners. Are you out there? Are you a BYU season ticket holder in St. George? If you are, text us on the text line 435-990-9950, as I would like to know what the process is like. Kind of maybe just allude a little more to what you have to go through right now to get Cougar season football tickets. But all right, I thought this was funny from the transfer portal, college FB portal. Providence hired a new head coach recently. His name is Brian Hodgson. He was the coach at the South Florida Bulls. So they just went to the tournament. They lost in the first round, but Hodgson is on his way to Providence. But he had a quote way back when in his South Florida presser talking about his greatest recruit he's been able to pull in. And we will actually fast forward to this press conference at Providence, where he may or may not have said similar things.
But I think I've got the USF
we're going to do both. We're going to do both. So
yeah.
This is the USF one. This is when Brian Hodgson is hired at USF. I think this was... Doesn't give me a date on it, but he's been there for some time now. So let's see what he had to say about his greatest recruit he's been able to get.
If you have any questions at all about my ability to recruit, look no further than my beautiful fiance, the best recruiting job of my life. Relationships are everything to me.
He makes it pretty out there in the open that his greatest recruit is his fiance.
Yeah.
But that's changed now. So
and she is beautiful.
She is very beautiful.
She's smoking hot.
She's hot for sure. And he then gets the job at Providence. So he this is years later, and we're wondering, hey, does Brian is he going to pull out that same old bit, the fiance? But things have changed. Like I said, it was fiance. Take a listen here as it sounds like he closed the deal on this recruit.
I want to thank my family. Steve talked about it. My better half, my beautiful spouse here, Jordan, my son Jet, who you'll hear plenty throughout this speech. If you ever want to question my recruiting abilities, just take a look at my wife, Jordan.
He starts clapping.
He's pat yourself, Paulie. He's like clapping for himself. Like, yeah, I did good. Me.
He's reaffirming his own joke, like I'm known to do at times.
Yeah.
So, he did pull out the same joke years later. So, pretty funny from Brian Hodgson, as he is the new head man at Providence. And how about this? This is not a good one for Puka Nacua. This is a story that's emerged. TMZ is reporting, as other outlets are starting to pick it up now. Rams star wide receiver Puka Nacua is accused of making an anti-Semitic comment and biting a girl in Los Angeles. Nakua's attorney denies all allegations, but it appears there is pictures from TMZ from the alleged victim with a bite mark near the chest area. So pretty weird stuff here from Puka.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney, you dodged a bullet on that one.
Good saying.
Way to be smart, my girl.
Yeah, she is smart. She is very smart. She vetted Puka and said, this isn't for me. He might bite me.
Right.
So,
yeah. I don't like biters.
I don't like biters. And it looks like from the pictures, it is a pretty severe bite. Like it looks as if he dug in a little bit. So not a good look for the Rams star receiver, former BYU Cougar. He's kind of had some weird recent run-ins. His brother, of course, had all that legal trouble. He had the thing where he was looking for the right car to go in when he was hammered in the offseason.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of been painted in a bad light via videos. Like a lot of this stuff goes unseen, unheard.
Right.
But Puka just seems to want to be in the limelight a lot and do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, Puka, great football
He
player.
might be hanging out too much with Diggs.
And influencers.
Yeah,
I think he chills with a lot of these influencers.
Yeah, you need to break up with all that.
He just needs to do his thing and play football. I mean, you're making a ton of a king's ransom to play a game. And at the same time, you're playing games in your real life, biting girls, making weird comments. Like this isn't good for Puka. So, for all the Cougars out there, somebody check on your boy. He might need some help. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to the end of top tweets here as we start the second hour here on The Drive. And top tweets today brought to you by, how about Coral Canyon Golf Course? Go see our good friend Marco Leone out there, the club pro. He's going to get your game dialed in, and it's fantastic. Get out and play great golf for a great price. Call for tee times, 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700. Or you can book a tee time at coralcanyongolf.com. We're going to take the break. Be back right after this. Great song here. Good job. I mean, he's not even here today, and you're playing some country. Good for you.
You're welcome, y'all.
She's got her cowboy hat and cowboy boots on for this segment, but she probably should have a fairy wand or something to try and bring back the Cinderellas.
Yeah.
Because I'm here to tell you that this year, and really last year as well, has really marked the end of the Cinderella teams in college basketball. We have only one double-digit seed from a non-power league, High Point, won a game and advanced to the Sweet 16
last year.
And none advanced to the Sweet 16. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Only one top 5 seed failed to advance beyond the round. So 3 of the 4 1 seeds are still standing. Florida, of course, the team I took to win the whole thing, is already out via Iowa. But the lowest seed remaining is an 11 seed. And guess who that is?
Texas.
And does Texas, with their revenue and their athletic budget, strike you as a Cinderella?
No.
Absolutely not. So I know they're a lower seeded team, but that's because they struggled in their league for the primary part of the year.
Right.
So they snuck in the tournament, and they've got a ton of talent. So now that talent is shining and beating teams like BYU and Gonzaga.
Yeah.
So they've always had the horses. But the Cinderellas are the teams that truly don't have the 5- and 4-star recruits. They're teams that are made up of 4-year players, 3-year players that really get to be great by the year when they're all seniors and juniors and upperclassmen primarily.
Exactly.
But now the Cinderella.
But now you don't have 3 or 4-year players.
No.
That's the whole problem.
Every guy that has a good year for a small school will move on to a bigger school for more money.
Yeah.
So in that fact, the favorites went 22-0 over the first weekend. The higher seeded teams, as far as 22-0, other than that High Point loss, which they beat Wisconsin, great win. Everyone saw that, and that was one of the highlights of the tournament. But we used to get 3 or 4 of those in the first weekend.
Yeah.
So realistically, only getting one with High Point, who shot it really hot and gave Arkansas a game. I mean, Arkansas only beat. You were texting me. We were kind of texting. I was out of town, and you were saying, "Oh, I'm sweating Arkansas." I'm like, we all are. We all are.
We all are right now.
And Arkansas was really the only team that had a scare in the round of 32 as far as the higher seeded teams. How about this stat? A whopping 13 of the first round games were decided by more than 20 points. Like all these blowouts of all these small schools. Tennessee State played Iowa State, and I was thinking, okay, Tennessee State, they're playing for their tournament lives.
Yeah.
Iowa State's got an injury to their best player, and they beat them by 45 points.
Yeah.
So it's just like
it wasn't even close. Even like Purdue and Queens, right? Like the 15 seed Queens, and Purdue beat them 104-71. Like it wasn't even close.
Yes. So, and it's not just these super small schools like High Point, like Tennessee State, like Prairie View A&M, like all these. So we're seeing the 1 seeds like Michigan play St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis beat Georgia 100-something to 80-something. They crushed them, an SEC team. But and I would consider St. Louis kind of a Cinderella, being that they're from a small conference. They beat an SEC team, but then they're matched up against what I call the NIL on the court. Michigan, Arizona, Duke, Houston. I mean, these are teams that are spending $15+ million on their teams.
Right.
And it's just hard for anyone to compete with that money on the floor. We saw it with Texas Tech in football. They won like 6 games the year before. All of a sudden, they spend all this money. They're in the college football playoff.
Right.
So now the teams that spend at the elite level, they're going to last. I mean, the NIL has staying power in that regard. So I just think that Cinderella is dead, and it's a terrible time for the sport of college basketball, because all my years growing up, I was watching teams like Davidson with Steph Curry go on this amazing run. Yeah. And all the way to the Elite Eight. They beat Georgetown, which was a huge thing back where I was from. And, Georgetown's got 4- and 5-star recruits up the
huge
entire
basketball
lineup.
School, yeah.
Yeah, and Davidson comes in and shocks the world.
Right.
But it just seems like those world-shocking moments
They're not
in the
happening
college
anymore.
basketball world you're right. They are not happening anymore.
Which is why I was like, stop telling me my bracket's chalky because the whole league is chalky now with the NIL. So.
She's a seer. She had her crystal ball out. Tara Damas.
Yeah.
She knew it was coming. No
the
upsets.
NCAA is chalky now with the NIL. So stay chalky, my friends.
Stay chalky, my friend, she says.
If you're going to do brackets. Anyway.
That's her word of advice for today. All right, we're going to take the quick break and be back with a very special guest, the voice of the Utah Mammoth, Mike Folta, right after this quick break. We are back live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios on a Wednesday edition of The Drive. It's Tara Atkin, it's Paul Ratliff with you, and now joining us, the voice of the Utah Mammoth, Mr. Mike Folta. Mike, how we doing this morning?
Oh, Paul and Tara, I'm great. We're 72 games into the season. I've been waiting for this call, guys, ever since back in Park City. So it's great to hear from y'all.
Absolutely. It's been a long time since we've reunited on air, but we are super glad to have you. First, let's start out with last night's game. Kind of a stinker from the Mammoth, a 5-2 loser against the Edmonton Oilers, sans Leon Draisaitl. What did you see last night, Mike? It looked like the promotion staff gave out a whiteout for the crowd, but they weren't able to get the big win last night.
Well, they also gave away a truck. Did you guys see that? We
Wow.
had that you know, the little carnival game where there's like a tiny slit in this big kind of net cover.
Oh yes,
and
they put it in front of the net.
Yeah, usually, like, I always thought the puck was actually bigger than the opening, so nobody could actually win it. But James from Riverton won a brand new Honda Ridgeline last night during the second intermission because he iced it all the way down. So that was the big event of the night, but a 5-2 loss to the Mammoths. And I know, like, the scoreboard says Edmonton scored 5 goals, and they did, but in all honesty, the Utah Mammoths did a lot of good things defensively against Connor McDavid, the best player in the world. Now, he scored 2 goals. One of them was an empty netter. But really, the Oilers didn't have a lot going offensively most of the night. There were just a couple moments where they found a little bit of daylight, and Karel Vejmelka's been so good all year in net for the Mammoths, and he had a bit of a tough night last night, and so he ended up actually getting pulled and replaced after 2 periods, and they put the backup in, Vitek Vanacek, for the 3rd period. So the Mammoths would have wanted a couple more saves, and they also, to be honest with you guys, I think they were spending so much energy defending, they didn't have the same intensity and drive in the offensive zone to create, and so that's why they were only saddled with 2 goals for the night. But definitely not the best game we've seen from Utah, but they have a great chance to get the train back on the tracks tomorrow night with Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals coming into town.
Yeah, and speaking of the next game tomorrow night, we will be up there, and we're looking forward to seeing them play the Capitals. The Capitals have not been looking great as of late, even with the legendary Ovechkin, but that should be a big win for the Mammoth as well, don't you think?
It could be, absolutely. And Utah's in a really good spot right now in the standings. They're currently in the top wild card spot in the Western Conference right now, and they're 6 points up on the team that could knock them out of the playoffs. So that's good, a good place to be with 10 games left in the season. Now, it's important, for Utah to just make the playoffs, which the analytics folks, the nerds, they say there's above a 90% chance of that happening. So Utah's looking good to make the postseason, but it's really important to hold on to that top wild card spot as opposed to falling to the second wild card spot.
Right.
Because the first wild card is going to have a much easier path playing through the Pacific Division as opposed to the second wild card spot, which would have to play through the Central Division, which has 3 of the best teams in the Central. Guys, get this. The Pacific Division, the division that has the Vegas Golden Knights, I know a lot of Vegas fans are down there in southern Utah. The Pacific Division has the worst points percentage of any division in the NHL since the 2012-2013 season.
Yeah,
I'll give you guys some guesses to try and even name the teams in the Southeast Division from 2012-2013. There was, let's see, Florida, Tampa, Carolina, Washington. Can you name the 5th?
The Atlanta Thrashers.
I'm going to give you credit because it's the Winnipeg Jets that were in the Southeast Division. Atlanta had moved the year before to Winnipeg, and so Winnipeg is somehow in the Southeast
So you do
Division.
get 1 point.
I get a half point.
Right,
I went to overtime in that question. All right, Mike, I wanted to ask you another question about a new addition to the lineup. He's been playing about 8-9 games at this point. Mackenzie Weegar, the D-man from the Calgary Flames. His infusion to the lineup, from what I've seen watching games, he looks like that great stay-at-home defenseman that can also, he's got an offensive stick. He can create some plays. What has been your early grade of the Mackenzie Weegar trade?
Well, I think it's just what the Mammoth needed. And you look at this defense core, you've got 6 defensemen that are in the game. I think 1 through 6, the Mammoths are as deep as any defense core in the league. And maybe they don't have the Cale Makar or the Quinn Hughes, that elite level Norris Trophy caliber D-man on the headline. But 1 through 6, I think they're as sound as any group, and Weegar's part of that. Guys, he as of last night, he was 3rd in the league in block shots, but he also hits. You mentioned, Paul, the offensive side to his game. That's certainly there, although we haven't seen it as much yet. Not that we've needed to see it. But you can tell that with Weegar on the right side and with Mikhail Sergachev on the left side, those two are really comfortable playing together, and that chemistry has developed pretty early on. So he's a guy who kind of does it all, and he definitely trends or skews more towards the defensive side of the game. But he's exactly the type of guy you want in the playoffs as well. He's got a little bit of edge, a little bit of snarl to his game, and I think the Mammoth fans are going to really come to love Mackenzie Weegar over the next few years.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, they can both score, Sergachev and Weegar. So going into the playoffs, that's a good combination to have, even though they haven't had to score yet. Logan Cooley and all of those guys have been pretty point on, but you know that's there as well. If they need to step up and score, they're absolutely capable of that as well.
Yeah, a few years ago, Weegar had 20 goals playing for the Calgary Flames. Now, and that's quite a bit for a defenseman. I don't think he's going to hit that number again. That was an outlier season, but it's still you get credit for it, right?
Right. Yeah.
And he didn't have a great year in Calgary. He was on a pretty bad team there with the Flames. But now with Utah, I really liked the way him and Sergachev have combined. Guys, we had Mammoth fans at the Delta Center a few nights ago wearing blue wigs. It was a little trend. They called it Wigs for Weegs.
I love that.
Mackenzie Weegar to Utah. So it was a fun initiative by some fans. There wasn't anything behind it. Nothing in it for the fans. No charity or anything like that. They just wanted to make Mackenzie Weegar feel welcome.
Oh, I love that about the Utah Mammoth fan base, though. Even with like veggie, right? But Vimelka, how they started wearing the veggie hats and throwing stuff on the, broccoli and stuff onto the ice after the game. And now we're getting blue wigs and stuff for Weegar. This fan base is incredible.
And speaking on her point, Mike, about the fan base, and you've seen it from the ground up. You've been there since the inaugural season in Utah. How have you seen the fan base evolve from, some empty seats in the first couple, weeks of the season last year and some of those Sunday games to every time we go down there, it's a packed barn now, and they're making noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, too, last year, right, I think all of us, not just the fans, but I think all of us to some extent, we're happy to be there a little bit, right? Oh, look at us. We're in the NHL now. We just hope we're playing meaningful games late in the season. Well, now there's expectations, right? Now there's expectations to make the playoffs. The players and the management have put that on the team. But there's expectations to win every night, too. And you sense that from the fans in the building. And you sense that with the way they react to the game. From our broadcast location, we're at the top of Section 7. Yeah. Most places we go to, we're like way up in some press apparatus.
Yeah.
Separated from the crowd. But at the Delta Center, it's very unique. We're amongst the people. That's how we like it on Hockey Night in Utah.
Oh, and they get rowdy. We've had our table almost tipped over. Like we're trying to hold computers down.
Well, and it's great because being amongst the people, you can feel the crowd react to things throughout the game that maybe they weren't reacting to in the first few games last season, where you see an icing call get beat out and there's a little cheer. It's like, okay, all right, we're learning the game here. We're learning some of the nuances. We're not just cheering for goals and fights.
It's not golf clapping anymore. They're figuring it out, and we're getting some electricity and excitement.
Another thing that sent a lot of electricity and excitement through the fan base, Mike, is the 8-year, $64 million extension signed by Nick Schmaltz, who just turned 30. This contract will run until he's 38. It was signed on March 11th, just recently here. What is your inclination on if this is a good, great, or amazing deal for the Mammoth?
Well, time will tell, but I will say I think that the team had to bend a little bit on the term, and the player had to bend a little bit on the money per year. And so both sides had to give up a little something to get to the middle where they want. Now, remember, guys, the salary cap is going up.
Right.
It's going up significantly the next couple of years. So this $8 million in a couple seasons, the $8 million per year, that cap hit, it's going to feel more like a $6 million cap hit compared to nowadays salary cap and structure. So it's the per year cap hit is very team friendly, and Nick Schmaltz this year has moved over from wing to center, which carries a lot more responsibilities playing the center position as opposed to the wing.
Right.
And he did that in the absence of Logan Cooley when Cooley got hurt in December.
Exactly, yeah.
When Cooley got hurt in December, like, we were kind of looking at each other thinking, oh boy, like, is this the season right here?
Yeah.
And then Nick Small stepped in and basically, I don't want to say turned into Superman, but he helped keep Utah in a playoff position with the way he played that top-line center role, taking the hard matchups every night, not just producing offensively, but having to shut other teams down defensively, playing on the penalty kill, taking faceoffs. He has done it all this season. And I think Nick Schmaltz is probably the biggest storyline for the Utah Mammoth this year. His role and him stepping up to the plate, moving over into that center role. And now he stayed in that center role, and it really helps Logan Cooley with some of the matchups now that he is back in the lineup, because each of them don't have to take the hardest matchup every single shift. And so a lot of that nuance is baked into that contract as well. He's a guy who's turning in a career year. He's gotten better each of the last couple seasons. And if you were watching the game on Sunday against the LA Kings, he scored 2 goals. He scored the overtime winner against LA.
Yes.
And we've seen a couple of wow moments, including James from Riverton winning a truck last night. But Schmaltz's couple goals were another couple of wow moments on Sunday. So love the deal for the team. And it's another guy who's chosen to stay in Utah. We inked Michael Carcone to a contract extension just the other day. Mackenzie Weegar had to waive his no-move clause the other day in order to come to Utah. So Schmaltz is another guy on a long list of players who has chosen State 45.
Then it's amazing that more guys seeing Utah as the destination as it is. As we all know that live here, it is a great place to live and work, and these guys finding that out as well. And this is the last one for me, Mike. Just wanted to ask, because the Mammoth currently sitting in that wild card 1 slot, I would like your dream first round matchup and your nightmare first round matchup for the Utah Mammoth.
Oh boy. Well, right now, if the playoffs started, we would face the Anaheim Ducks in the first round. Mm-hmm. If I had to pick, I think that's ideal for Utah. Anaheim's a very young team. Now they have a very experienced coach in Joel Quenneville. And the last time the Ducks played the Mammoth, Anaheim won and was the better team for a lot of that game.
Right.
So
got to watch out for that goon Ross the Boss Johnston too.
Yeah, he's a heavy player. Like, they have a lot of young skill, but they've insulated that young skill with veterans like Ross Johnson, Radko Gudas, Jacob Trouba. Some heavy hitters are all there. So I think that's a matchup that it's traditionally favored Utah.
Yeah.
Even though they haven't always won games, they've always been close games. I would rather face the Ducks than face the Oilers or the Golden Knights in that first round. But whatever combination you get in the Pacific Division, it's going to be a whale of a lot easier than trying to beat Colorado in round 1,
right?
And then the winner of Dallas and Minnesota. I mean, those are 3 of the best teams in the National Hockey League. So I think I would prefer Anaheim round 1, and then you hope to get Vegas in round 2. Mammoths have played well against Vegas this season, and the Golden Knights have had some goaltending issues. Aiden Hill just hasn't been himself this year. He's dealt with injuries. So I think that's the best, but you know what? You tend to get in trouble when you start daydreaming about playoff matchups. Just get in the big dance, baby. Just get into the dance, and then once you're in there, anything can happen.
That's right. Get in the dance and then survive and advance as long as you can. And that is the voice of the Mammoth, the Utah Mammoth, Mike Folta. He's given us some great insight today. Thanks so much for your great content today, Mike. As we got a lot of Mammoth fans getting excited about this potential playoff run, and we are excited as well. So thanks so much for being with us, and can't wait till the next one.
Paul, Tara, thanks, and we'll see you up in Salt Lake City soon.
Yeah, we'll see you Thursday.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be up there to see Alex Ovechkin in the Caps.
Can't wait. We'll see you guys.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
There he goes. That is Mike Folta, the voice of the Utah Mammoth, as he's delivering some great insight on the team, the signings, the playoff run, everything. We just got all in that one segment. All right, we're going to grab a quick break and be back with the wrap of the show right after this.
I know you don't like this one.
I don't like this one.
I didn't have anything teed up though. My bad.
We're back as it was a great guest we just had. Mike Folta, the voice of the Utah Mammoth. He gave some great insight into the team and the potential playoff run. He likes the Ducks as a first round matchup.
But the Knights don't scare me either.
Yes.
So if it was the Knights first round or something, I would prefer not to see McKay Zeus.
Yes.
McJesus, McDavid, whatever.
Yes.
In the first round, the Edmonton Oilers. But the Ducks or the Knights, I think, would be no problem.
It'd be fun.
I'm not
Either
scared.
way. I
Yeah.
think they got a great chance to win against any of the Pacific teams because these teams
do.
are, 84 points is the tops for the Ducks, and the Mammoth's sitting at 80. So they're just truly the point you made yesterday about being in a tough division and not able to break through against those three teams. Colorado, Dallas.
Avs at 104.
And Minnesota.
Yeah.
All three of those teams are
97
elite.
for Dallas and then 92 for Minnesota. They're absolutely annihilating the entire league.
That's right. So the Western Conference, they've taken it by storm.
Yep.
The three best teams in the West are all in the Central Division.
Yep.
So that is a fact. That's something the Mammoth have to deal with, and they have found their way into the playoffs. Most likely, they've got a 6-point lead of anyone chasing them. So like Mike said, they're pretty, the nerds, the money puck people have said they're 97% chance to make the playoffs. So let's hope that holds firm. But as we were talking to him in that conversation, it kind of brought up another point to me that, yes, tomorrow will be
a probably emotional day for you, buddy.
A melancholy day for me.
Yeah.
I kind of talked about this in the first hour a little bit, but whenever you see one of the greats of your franchise call it quits, it's sad. It truly is kind of especially guys that have stayed with the organization from draft day to retirement day.
Right.
And that's very rare in today's sport. A lot of trades, a lot of free agent deals, a lot of guys moving teams all the time, not really getting used to certain players. But Alex Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals has played 21 seasons for the red, white, and blue.
Right.
And he has not made his retirement stance known. He's hinted at it a couple times in pressers.
He said he is not going to sign with another team.
Yes.
So he didn't announce his retirement, but his contract ends this year with the Capitals. And he has stated that he is not interested in signing with another
team.
Yeah. So who knows?
And would the organization be receptive to bring him back on 1-year deals until he calls it quits? I personally feel he's earned that. If he wants he can have that. But I think that he is one of these guys like Michael Jordan did. He just quit. He didn't just do the Kobe retirement tour where everyone gives you something and they know it's your final year. So they bring out a rocking chair as a bid, or they bring you a watch, or, at every city when a legend retires, that's kind of the tour of duty.
Right.
Is all the franchises respect them. They show a sign of appreciation, a token of some sort. But I don't think Ovechkin's that guy. I think he's just going to go quiet.
But it is cool that the Caps, they did do all paper tickets this year because assuming that this is going to be his final year, so that people will have that as well as like memorabilia, like his final year. They bought their paper ticket and went to the game, and which most of the time now it's digital if you haven't been out of the house in a while. So I think, there is some really cool stuff, but it's not just centered on Ovi. It's more fan base, like to kind of make this last season special for the fans and not so much Ovi, which I don't think he cares about. Like he's proud of what he's done. He's happy to sell off into the sunset in Russia and whatever,
and just do what he's going to do the rest of his life. It won't be with the Capitals. It probably won't be in the United States, but he'll always be a legend. There'll be a statue. I know you like my statue talk.
Yeah.
There'll be a statue.
There better be a statue of Ovi.
There will be. So he'll be out front of.
If there's a statue of Sylvester Stallone in Philly, there better be one of Ovi. Like an actual person in
Washington,
D.C.
It has to happen.
Right,
So I just wanted to ask you, because this one's obviously going to sting me a little bit.
Yeah.
When he does call it quits, I've got 2 number 8 jerseys. I've got a bunch of autographs. I've got just so many memories, great memories and sad memories, playoff failures, and then finally the breakthrough in 2018.
Right.
I cried like a baby that night. I really did. So to see that guy who had struggled so long and so hard to just finally break through, it brought me so much joy.
Yeah.
And to see him retire is going to bring me a lot of sadness.
It's an end of an era for sure.
Is.
And he is a legend in like hockey. It's Gretzky and Ovi, in my opinion. There's Lemieux, but
Yager, some other guys.
Yeah, but still, like Ovi and Gretzky.
In my era, and growing up, he was the guy.
He is the
was
legend.
my guy.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask you, was there any retirement that stung you more than others or hurt for a while? Like
absolutely, yeah. Bo Jackson.
Okay.
Was probably my biggest. And that one was just so horrible, too, because it was because of an injury. And he was such a legend. Like I said, my childhood hero. I had his posters on my wall.
Yeah.
I played Tecmo Bowl. Even though Chris from the Hawks said that I wouldn't have been allowed to be the Raiders if I came to his house and played Tecmo Bowl. But Chris, you just don't have it right.
Yeah.
But so Bo Jackson, and I wish you could just see what his career would have been like.
Yeah.
If
it's
he
just
wouldn't,
potential unfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where he, was a legend in football and baseball. Talk about just like the best athlete ever.
Yes.
So that was a really tough one for me when he retired.
And to peel the curtain back for our listeners, Tara has been a sports fan her whole life. She had a poster of Bo when how old were you? How old were you when you had that poster?
Like 7 or 8.
Okay, so Tara's literally been in with all us sports fans for a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we've ever shedded light onto that, but you've literally been following sports since you were 6 years old,
Yeah.
So, and that one stung you the most.
Yeah.
Even as a little Tara.
Oh, yeah. Even as a little Tara. Well, when he retired.
How old were you when he retired? Because he probably started his career when you were real young.
He got the injury in 91, so I was 10.
Okay.
When he got the injury. He did come back, remember, and still played for the White Sox and Angels with an artificial hip for a couple of years. So his actual retirement was like 1994, 95, something like that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But from football and stuff, which was my main love there, it was 91. So I would have been 10 years old.
10 years old. So you really only got to watch a few years of his career.
Yeah.
It's sad. Yeah, it really is. But you were a fan. You grew up a devout fan.
Yeah.
So, and I've grown up
Still a fan.
Still a fan. So
Thank you. I live a life of misery with the Raiders. So.
And you probably watch his highlights. I know I click on the Stanley Cup final games against the Knights probably once a month just to give myself a little taste of what that was and how amazing that month was for me. And certain retirements strike us differently.
Yeah.
And these retirements, Bo Jackson, Alex Ovechkin, Tom Brady, like guys like that, like
Albert Pujols,
yes.
there's just some of those big ones
that just leave a mark. Yeah, they definitely leave a mark. It hurts a little bit.
It's not Brett Favre who coming back every year. He came out of retirement every single year, like 10 times or something.
That's right. Another team, different team. Let's come back. I'm undecisive. Or I'm indecisive. But anyways, it's been fun. It's been a fun show today. Want to thank some quick sponsors. One Health St. George is family care more than checkups and charts. It's about connection. From newborns to grandparents, Dr. Turner treats every patient like family because to him, that's what they are. Now accepting new patients at One Health. Call today or visit onehealthclinics.com. Also brought to you by Prime IV, primeivstg.com to book an appointment or call 435-522-5005. And lastly, I just want to thank Tara Atkin. A great show today from you.
It was fun.
It's been a fun show. Thanks to
you,
Mike Folta.
Yeah.
Great information and content. We're going to